Alright guys, so it's that time again. If you lot haven't seen my other two videos, then every so often I'd like to break down my collabs with Southside. And on my last video, I said if this hits 500 likes, then I'll do another one. And it is almost at like 1k. So you guys almost doubled it. So if you guys haven't seen my other videos, I have over like 100 collabs with Southside and it's still ongoing day by day. Every now and then, I just like to break down a few samples for you guys to really give you lot an insight in the samples which he wants and which other industry producers want. And since that last video, we have so many more collabs. So sure, stay tuned because there's some heat in this one, man. I can't even lie, there's some heat in this one. And also sure, stay tuned because at the end of the video, I show you how you can get your samples to Southside. Real quick before we get into it, my Lost Pack Volume 2 kit is out now, so sure, go check that out, link in the description. Let's just get right into it. So yeah guys, this is the first melody which I'm going to be getting from this video right here, of which I had 7 whole collabs in. Just wait, before we even get into it, straight up, this beat sounds crazy. So this is what a beat sounds like. Crazy. And so yeah, this is what that sample from that beat sounds like. Mad. So for this one was a collab with Q Beats, and this is what the starter sounded like, which they sent through. Straight up, man, that in itself just sounds crazy. So I just had to build into that, and the first thing I added on was this sound right here. Nice sort of weird lead pat sound thing. I don't even know what it is, but it's from my Prophet Rev 2, which unfortunately I've sold, so I don't even have anymore. But yeah, that was straight from the sim, so I can't really show the exact MIDI. But as you guys can hear, it was just one note played over again, just a root note. And effects wise on that, did I even put anything on it? I had nothing on it. So after that, I then added this sound right here, and this is Source, man. I'm just going to be straight up. This is what it sounds like first off. Yeah. All right, man, so this sound is crazy, and how I did this is, if you can hear, it sounds quite similar to the starter sound, and this is Source when you build into starters. So what you do is you get this main sound, you bring it across like so, and you click on here and you click make unique. So obviously it's its own thing, like they're not the same clip, and then you can add effects onto it. So what I did on that, I made it unique, and then I reversed it, and then I added 2 effects, one of them being a phaser Bitron and a shaper box 2. The shaper box is obviously just to go left and right, just to pan around, and the phaser Bitron is really what made it sound insane, because what it really is it's just like a little frequency curve right here, just going like this. So what that does is, since it's got all different frequencies, it stands out compared to the main sound, because you know the frequencies aren't in the same position, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you build them together, they always work. So that's exactly what I did, and I put them together, and this is what it sounds like. You hear that? It just makes it sound so much better, man. So yeah, man, that was the first 3 sounds, already starting off with a really good straight start. And after that, I added the sound from Contact. It was a vocal sound. This one right here from the Spell Singer. This bank actually included the same choir sounds which was used in Young Thug and Metro Boomin's Metro Spider, I think it's called. Those background choirs, not the main vocal. The background choirs is from this bank right here, and it's free as well. So crazy bank right here, man. Sure, go check it out. And this is what I did with it. Just that note. That's all you need. Crazy sound right there. So the 2 things I threw on that was a reverb right here, Valhalla Vintage Verb, just to get it really in the back, and a stereo shaper, so not everything's in the middle, because then it'll sound muddy. So I did that, and then after that, I then added this SRX Studio sound, and just try your best to guess what the sound is. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, you most probably guessed right. It's a very low octave piano. And then it's just repeated. Wow, professional right there. So what this piano was it was just the default SRX Studio piano, because I feel like that's the best piano for these low piano notes right now, because like it not only does it have a low piano, but like it also adds like a really nice bass to it, and also a really nice vocal. But for this one, I took away the bass. But yeah, that was that. Very simple. I just boosted a lot of the highs, so it kind of stood out in the mix. And after that, leading on to the next point was the bass. And this is what the bass sounded like. So yeah, pretty simple. The bass is from Analog Lab and it's called Fearless. I'm not exactly sure which bank it's from, but it was fire, it did the job. All I did right here was for these traveling notes right now, I just used the third and then the fifth, brought an octave down. So normally a chord would be first, third, fifth. As you can see, this B note right here and then this D sharp note down an octave is what this is right here. It's really good to know this form music theory for when you're adding these synth basses, since it just makes your melody just complete. So yeah, that was that. And then after that, that was kind of the main majority of the sample. All I did after that was just arrangement wise, I just added a few little tweaks and changes. So for example, like here, it sounds a bit more different. So for this one, right here, as you can see, I brought this up an octave. You can't see it because I didn't. Okay, what the? Okay, maybe you can't, but I did bring it up an octave. Hear that? And here up an octave. I don't know why it doesn't display it, but I did bring it up an octave, as you can hear. So yeah, that was actually the arrangement wise. It's very, very simple. And I added this little breakdown part right here. Well, this is mainly just my sounds right here. Like the start is hardly even there anymore. And then just another verse part. This part's fire as well. So yeah, man, crazy sample. And of course, as you could hear from the main beat, the sample's only at the start, because what Southside likes to do is he likes to use more than one sample in his beats. So why I wanted to break this one down, so I could show you guys that he doesn't just use one sample in his beats. Like a lot of the time I might be the intro sample and then he switches to a different sample for the main beat. And that is kind of the, like what it was for this. Like as you can hear on the preview, this is the intro sample and then it switched samples when the drums came in. Either way, crazy sample, crazy beat. On to the next one. So for this one was a little bit of a different vibe, but it was also another fire sample. So you guys had some crazy samples for this video. You guys are in luck on this one. But anyway, real quick, I'm gonna play what Southside did with the sample and I'm gonna play the sample. So this is what Southside did with it. And as you can hear from this one, it wasn't just the beat, he also rapped on it as well. So, you know, it was 2 in 1. But anyway, this is what the sample sounds like. Yeah, man, crazy sample. And straight up, the first thing I want to say is there is no samples used in this. This is all original. This one was made with my boy Azura, and all we did was I made the main sample and then he did like the vocals on top. And so yeah, breaking down, first thing we added was this contact piano right here. Very, very simple progression right here. And straight up, first off, the piano was the Noir felt piano, which probably about half the population has, so nothing secret there. And this is what it sounds like. So yeah, very, very simple. As I said, this was actually around the time Lil Baby dropped his recent album. Well, not so recent anymore. And we just got some inspiration from that, hence the sort of simple piano chord progression. But all this was here was literally just a normal D minor chord. And I just messed around with the third by bringing it down and up like that, with it all the way across. And I just messed around with these root notes. That's literally all it was. Like, it was that simple. It was just this chord progression right now. Very, very simple, just down and then back up. And I just added this simple sort of pattern. I can't even like numb it down any more than that. Like it was just that simple. And then effects wise on that, we had a tape mellify and a rev intensity, both by Soria. And after that, we then added this sound right here. See that right there? As you can hear, it has some similarities to that main piano again, just like on the last breakdown. And this is how we made it. So MIDI wise, this is what the MIDI looks like. It looks very, very random, but literally all I did was I just built off that main MIDI and I just used the same sort of notes. So that's what it sounds like. straight up starting off, as you guys can see, if I stretch this out like this, then we have that same root chord progression as I showed in that piano melody right here. Literally all it was just that, and I just added some little top notes to something that like pretty much complemented that main piano. And effects wise, we have about half of my hard drive in here. Oh my god. So we have the normal tape melodifier right now with the cymatics origin right here, and so what this plugin pretty much does is it is kind of similar to RC20, but also what it does is it just brings the main kilohertz down. So pretty much it just makes the sample not as high quality, you know what I'm saying? Like, and after that I put a delay eternity, which isn't there for some reason, and then a vintage verb right now, and then a Juno chorus, which also isn't there for some reason, and then a half time, as you can see right now, 2 times and half. Then I put this effects of 500 milliseconds. That is what makes a little sound. I don't know why I did that. So for example, it sounds like without normal bell. Then I put this on. You hear that? It just like brings down an octave, and it just adds that little sort of rising sound. And after that I put another half time on for like a different section. It's just double the speed, so I put it onto quarter instead of half, which is pretty fire. And then after that I put another shape box just to pan left and right, and I boosted some of the highs. So that's the bell. The bell itself was just a normal one-shot glockenspiel bell. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy right there. And after that I just added like loads of little accents and stuff to really finish this off, because what we were doing is we were just recording over this main melody, and then I was just adding things as it was recording, sort of thing. So this is the next thing I added, was this spooky accent by Carvey. Sounds like this is pretty cool. Effects wise on that, I just put on a reverb, a love fill, and a fruity chorus, and I took off some lows and some highs, so it's a bit more in the background. And after that, as I was saying, my accents on accents on accents, we then got another accent from Carvey's kit. Crazy sound right there. And after that I got another accent from the kit. This is what it sounds like. Going down, and I got a little percussion loop as well. Just kind of like add some little things like, you know what I'm saying, underneath to really fill in that gap. And last but not least, the actual vocal, this is what it sounds like on its own. You know what I'm saying, on the intro. So as you can hear already, like, you know, there's a lot of effects on it, and obviously we wanted to do this because we wanted it to be like, you can hear it's a vocal but you can't even hear what they're saying, you know what I'm saying? We were trying to get that sound. So effects wise for that, we actually had a reverb with a lot of decay, so you couldn't even hear it as much. So like if we take the reverb off and on, a lot more in the back. And after that I put love fill on as well, just to take off a bit more of the highs, and then a virtual mix track just to compress it. And originally before that we put these effects on, one of them being an auto tune, a reverb, another virtual mix track, and another EQ just to take away loads of frequencies and use this little telephone filter. And that was kind of that. We just exported out a few times to kind of really give it that sort of vintage sound, and you know, just really add that sort of crushed vibe to it. And then as you can see right here, I just automated some of the half times, so it's in different sections. So when I arrange it, there's a lot more you know what I'm saying, variation. And then I added this bass as well, again from Carvey's kit. I can't lie, I think he just sent me the kit at the time and I was just rinsing it, and this was just following the root notes. This is what it sounds like. Yeah man, crazy. That is pretty much a sample. This is what the final sample sounds like.